My father was in prison before I was born on a rape charge, and I don't know what happened. He always denied up until his death that had happened. And so when he was in prison for a number of years on a rape charge, and he was on work release when he met my mom, and when I was conceived, and ended up just being very angry. Went over to the lady's house who had said that he had raped her, and he murdered her and two other people, a neighbor and a little girl, and just really horrific. I really his name became very well known everywhere, and I was born after that while he was going through the trial, and my mom would take me to the courthouse, and all through my childhood I grew up going and visiting my father at Walla Walla State Pen, and to me it was, I knew it wasn't normal to not have a father in prison, but to me it was, that's just what I always knew, is that my father was in prison. I didn't know anything different. When I was 12 in 1994, Washington State for a number of years didn't have the death penalty. They had gotten rid of it, I think, for 60 or 100 years or something. I don't remember exactly. And they reinstated it. And the first person that Washington State executed after that was Wesley Allen Dodd, who was a pedophile, murderer. I don't remember exactly. But and then the next year, my father came up. He was the next person in line on death row, and I remember going and visiting the governor, trying to talk to the governor, trying to get a pardon. I remember telling the governor that even though I've never thrown a ball with my dad or something like that, that he was still my dad. Like, I still visited with him. I mean, all growing up, when we would go and visit, you have this glass mirror and a little speaker phone. Not the kind that you pick up like you see in the movies, but it's just a little speaker box, and you just talk, and that's how you guys communicate. But we would play cards, and so would have my cards, and then we would put his cards leaning up against the glass, and he would just say, "Oh, do that one," and I don't know, like talking on the phone and doing all of that kind of stuff. And he was my dad, and so I remember going and petitioning the governor, saying, really don't like, if you can pardon my dad, and it's okay, I understand that he's going to be in prison for my whole life, but at least he can still be there. And after that happened, because the governor, of course, did not pardon him, he was executed. And yeah, I guess before, when I was younger, I remember being very outgoing. I remember being at church and being this little kid, and when they tell you to turn around and greet your neighbors and say hello to people, I would run up and down the aisles and talk to everybody. And when my father was executed, it was when I was in middle school. And I remember just turning to be very quiet, not really having a lot of friends, not really wanting to kind of do anything, just being kind of, I guess, a social outcast. I remember. Well, they came and visited me when I was in jail, and then they visited me when I got released. Like, I got released, and they told me that I could leave, and then they said, "Oh, wait, no, you have to wait here. There's some people that are coming to pick me up." And so they came and picked me up, and they wanted to just take me straight out to Jubilee. I was like, no way. Like, I'm not going with you guys. Like, well, it was actually hearing about the scholarship opportunity. I knew I was in my 5th year of high school, and so I wasn't going to get any kind of scholarships. I knew that to get any type of job, you have to have some college. You have to go to university. And I knew I didn't have money, and there wasn't going to be anything coming in. And so hearing about the scholarship today. So it was a phenomenal opportunity. I got to graduate here and leave with some college credits. I got to learn a lot of really cool stuff. Well, and I mean, one of the things that's really nice about here too is that it has both the vocational aspect and it has the academic aspect. You can go and learn how to work with animals, how to use wood, how to cook. To do all of that is a phenomenal experience. That's the thing that's had the most impact. Before I came here, I wasn't a Christian. My mom's Catholic, and I used to go to mass, and then I just completely stopped believing. Started getting into partying and doing a lot of crazy stuff. It was being out here. There, well, yeah, there was a lot of staff that were just really influential. Hearing the Word of God, and there's been a lot of difficult stuff, and I've done a lot of bad stuff in my life. I had a lot of problems, but I don't regret that because, yeah, that happened in my past, but I wouldn't be the man today that I am today without having gone through all of that. That God has a plan, that He has a purpose for your life. If you want to follow God's plan for your life and you want to follow after that, that it's going to be an exciting adventure. It's bigger than what you can do by yourself. It's bigger than just living, and it's worth it. You just have to be passionate. You just have to seek after God. I think that Jubilee is a wonderful investment. It's the place that has facilitated the change that has happened in my life. When I was way over here and with all kinds of problems, with all kinds of things that I had done in my life, and it was the place that God used to facilitate the change in my life, to come and to become somebody that's a graduate, that's successful, that is doing things in his life. And it's, yeah, if you want to change people's lives, then dollars count.